tuning in to This Week in Poker. The top story today is something that affects all tournament poker players.
If you play tournament poker, your goal is to win or at least cash. Soon, if you do earn more than $5,000 in a poker tournament, the casino will have to withhold 25% of the money. The government's reasoning for the new tax code, which goes into effect in March of next year, is that a recent tax court ruling decided that tournament poker should be considered a gambling activity.
The tax court ruled tournament poker is not a skillful activity, and therefore new taxes were imposed. The law requires casinos and card rooms to withhold and report the winnings from players if the prize money amounts to $5,000 or more. The code does not address winnings from online poker sites or from casinos located outside of the United States. Next week, we're going to talk to Bellagio tournament director Jack McClellan about the new tax code, so be sure to check that out right here on Card Player TV.
The World Poker Tour's first ever Gulf Coast Poker Championship began yesterday at the Beau Rivage Resort and Casino in Biloxi, Mississippi. The $10,000 buy-in attracted 256 players. Barry Greenstein, Mike Matisow, and Tuan Lee have already hit the rail, but well-known players like Mimi Tran, Kathy Liebert, and TJ Cloutier remain.
Today is day 2 of the Gulf Coast Poker Championship, and with 131 players remaining, the chip leader was Thomas Ballo. Also up there in the chip counts going into day 2 were Vanessa Russo, Mark Safe, and Bill Edler. 27 players will finish in the money, and first place will take home over $750,000. Check out cardplayer.com's tournament coverage for live updates and chip counts from Beau Rivage.
Poker players in California might soon have shorter wait lists to get into their favorite games. Senator Dean Flores proposed Senate Bill number 152, which would allow small poker rooms to add up to 45% more tables, but no more than an additional 5, without seeking voter approval. For example, a poker room with 9 tables could add 4 tables to their room, bringing the total to 13. Earlier in the week, the bill made it past the Assembly, which means that the last hurdle is the state Senate. If it does pass, the bill will apply to almost 60 poker rooms in the state of California.
Also in California, the first annual California Poker Players Conference at the Hollywood Park Casino is set for October 20th and 21st. The keynote speaker is Mike Caro, whose wife Phyllis is the director of poker operations at the casino. Other speakers include recent Poker Hall of Fame inductee Barbara Enright, Lou Krieger, and Marsha Wagner. John Pappas, the executive director of the Poker Players Alliance, is also scheduled to appear. A variety of topics, from tips to improving your game to discussions on the new tax law, will be touched on at the California Poker Players Conference.
The first World Series of Poker event to take place outside of the United States began yesterday in London, England. The 2,650-pound buy-in horse tournament attracted 105 players. That built a prize pool of £262,000, which makes first place in the horse event worth just over £70,000.
The British pound is worth slightly more than twice as much as the US dollar, so the tournament buy-in was equivalent to about $5,000. Tomorrow the Pot Limit Omaha event begins, and it has a buy-in of £5,250. The 6-day championship event with a buy-in equal to about $20,000 US dollars begins on Monday.
Here in Vegas, one of the hot topics in the industry this week really has nothing at all to do with poker. The Wynn recently debuted their new nightclub Blush, and quite a few celebrities showed up on opening night. The list of VIPs included NBA star Kobe Bryant and poker professional Antonio Esfandiari, both with their respective entourages. Rumor has it that a Cristal purchasing war ensued, and nobody seems to be able to get the whole story. Here at Card Player, we go straight to the source. So we have Esfandiari on the phone right now to set the record straight.
Hey Antonio, how are you doing today?
Good morning, Liz. I'm fantastic. How are you?
Good. Well, thanks for getting on the phone with us. We've heard a lot about what happened at Blush on opening night, but why don't you let us know exactly how it went down since you were there?
Okay. Well, we got there, and the way they remodeled the club, there's now 4 VIP couch tables, and I had a huge party, and so we had 2 of them. And when we got there, right across from us was Kobe Bryant and his wife, who is very beautiful, by the way, and his posse of like 4 or 5 guys. And they were just kind of sitting there, whatever. So, we get some vodka, we get some Patron, we're just, it's opening night, it's Labor Day weekend, all my boys are here from out of town, so we're kind of partying, having a good time. And, I don't know, a couple hours into the night, my friend Manny, a good friend of mine from Orange County, orders a bottle of Cristal. He wanted some champagne. For those of you that don't know, when you order a bottle of Cristal at a club in Vegas, they kind of start the music, and they put on the theme song to Rocky, and the waitress comes out with the bottle and sparklers. So it's kind of like a whole scene. he orders a bottle of Cristal. We get like a little show. Like it kind of picks up the energy a little bit. Next thing you know, Kobe orders 3 bottles of Cristal. Kind of like, I don't think he was trying to show my friend off in any way, but he was just like, why not? So my friend Manny, who kind of took it personally, ordered 6 bottles of Cristal. Now, take it, these are like $1,500 a pop. So we're like, yeah, we're drinking, we're having a good time. Next thing you know, Kobe's cocktail waitresses, whatever, they come with like 10 bottles of Cristal. Manny looks at me, he goes, Antonio, get the effing waitress. I'm like, Manny, are you nuts? He's like, get the waitress. So the waitress comes over, and I go, he goes, how many bottles of Cristal do you have left? And she goes, 20, I think. He goes, bring them all. The guy ordered every single bottle of Cristal left in the club. So here comes the waitress. There are like 15 waitresses. The music stops. The Rocky song comes on. Here come 20 bottles of Cristal. We didn't even drink half of them. We were standing up on top of the chairs, and we just started spraying Cristal everywhere. Everybody got soaked, including myself, including Manny, including every single person in our party, just completely drenched.
And what was Kobe doing during this time?
Kobe, I didn't really see what was happening with Kobe at this time. He might have left right when our last 20 bottles came, or right before they came, but there was no sight of him as soon as we had our little spray festival.
Did the tables ever speak to each other, like your table and Kobe's table, or was it just the Cristal ordering?
There was a little bit of banter, hellos back and forth, but it was mostly with Kobe's people, and I didn't talk to anybody there. A couple of my friends talked to Kobe and his people, but I didn't go over there, and he didn't come over to our table.
Great. Thank you very much, Antonio, for setting everything straight for us.
You're welcome.
And there you have it. That sums up This Week in Poker. I'm Christy Arnett.
And I'm Lizzie Harrison for Card Player TV. See you next week.